Welcome to Xbox Uncut's episode 316, Xbox Game Showcase 2020. This week, joining me, Dustin, on the show, we have the wonderful Steph. What's going on, Steph?
I'm here, sick and all, but I'm here.
Man's under the weather, but he still got to enjoy some video game news today. And we also have Will. Welcome to the show, Will.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir? Heard
I'm good.
you're enjoying a little Southwest salad.
Yes. From the supermarket from last week, so there's some continuity there,
Yep. All the big news at your local Kroger.
Right.
And who knows? We might get Eric. I've messaged him. He says he's online. Well, who knows? He might pop in.
This would be the time for him to show up,
No, it wouldn't. It'd be after we get through the whole thing, and he'd be like, "Oh, let's start from the beginning." But yeah. So Microsoft had its Xbox Game Showcase. It was an alright conference. They showed some. They actually showed a lot. It just, I don't know. It's. Man, either I'm damage controlling or I'm hating on it. I don't know.
Sure.
So it is the most well-rounded conference they probably ever had. Because they had a little bit of everything, in it. It was platformers, RPGs, just tons and tons of different types of games. So I could totally see why people would be disappointed in it, because it was oh, this is a game I'll never fucking play. This is shit that I don't give a fuck about, but at the same time, it's the first thing people will go to say Microsoft doesn't have these games. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Kind of know Will's, but go ahead, Will.
Yeah, go Steph. Well, I go Steph. Sorry, Steph. I'll go after this. I know Dustin knows how I feel.
Oh, okay. Let's just start with the pre-show. There was a few things in the pre-show that I thought looked pretty decently cool.
Yeah.
The Dragon.
Just real quick, we'll hit the pre-show up. I got a slide. I'm going to switch to it, and it's going to start playing the presentation in the background for people watching us. I also have Infinity Line said hello, guys. So
what's up, Josh? How you doing, brother?
What up?
Hey, brother.
Yeah. There was a few things in the pre-show that I did like. I didn't watch I was playing the game while I was watching it, but so it didn't get my full attention. But there was a few things that popped out. But as far as the main show, I feel you there, Dustin. Yeah, it was well rounded, and I don't know. I think that's sometimes I feel like Xbox gets so wrapped up in trying to please everyone, they don't please the people that are their most
hardcore
core fan. Yeah, their most hardcore fans, their most core fans. Yeah, we had Halo, we had not Gears, but Halo and Forza, and then Fable. But
we had Halo for 11 minutes. We had
the Halo was great,
Halo
and they spent almost the whole pre-show talking about it in between every game in the show. So I kind of feel like that killed the hype for Halo a little bit. I'm like, damn, y'all, this shit better blow me away. And not to say that as a Halo fan, I was happy to see everything that they did, but at the same time, I don't know. I wanted something new that had maybe not gameplay, but sorry, my background's super loud. But anyway, I wanted something that was new that we didn't know about, that was just super. I don't know. That was top tier like Halo. And I don't know if Avowed would be that, because we're kind of expecting that, because it's been rumored for so long, which I guess that's kind of the downside to being so into the community. You know these things, so I'd say if I didn't know that one, that would be it. But I don't know. I guess if Perfect Dark would have been there, it probably would have been just what I needed. But if I'm comparing this to what Sony did, I don't really feel like they did anything super crazy. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and Spider-Man Standalone. I mean, yep. And another thing, I don't want to make this super long drawn.
To be fair, that was the two things that Sony showed, and the rest of it was the snooze fest.
No, they had Gran Turismo. They had some other stuff.
They had Forza. They had you can easily make those comparisons. They
had some other stuff too that I feel like they had more gameplay, which is the down. That's what I think that was the big difference. Is they had more gameplay. They had Ratchet and Clank And they had some other stuff, but I don't want to compare it to Sony.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just saying that.
I mean, I'd say both were like 4 out of 5s for me. Like, to be
I don't,
honest.
I don't even know what I would give it. I mean, because it's kind of not fair because Halo for me is just it means so much, to me. Like between both, I'll play that one game more than any of the other games that between both shows. So
Mhm.
that's the if there was no Halo, then that show wouldn't. I wouldn't even watch it. But anyway, as far as the thing that I want, I feel like Perfect Dark would have been just that one thing that I needed. You know what I mean? It just needed something new that was just
Yeah.
different, eye poppy, triple A. There was some gameplay. I think the gameplay is the difference. Like seeing Hellblade again and not seeing gameplay blew my mind that they didn't show it. I
Yeah.
mean, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself like, we can't get on these shows and say, I don't care if it's just concept art, I don't care if it's a trailer, and then when it happens, be upset about it because they did what we asked them to do. They showed what they had, and even if it wasn't gameplay or a good CGI trailer, they gave us something. I mean, that Fable trailer was equivalent to when they showed the Last of Us 2, the first trailer at the that I don't even remember what they call it, the PlayStation thing they did after E3. They used to do or whatever. So I mean, they basically did that. It was a about 10-second clip. Confirmed what everybody else knew. So I thought that was dope. And I mean, that looked amazing. But I mean, it wasn't gameplay. Halo was really I felt like the only gameplay that we seen that I can remember that was. But I mean, it was a super long demo too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I was expecting to see Everwild gameplay.
The
I
Gunk
was
was
expecting.
gameplay. What else was gameplay? I'm trying to.
What'd you say?
The Gunk.
Oh, the
Oh,
gun.
come on, man. The
Hey, it
gun.
was gameplay, and
Is that
that's
a
I'm
shooting?
talking about I'm saying like
the
Hellblade. I mean,
Hellblade's way too
Was
early
Forza
in
gameplay?
development.
Was Forza?
Forza was all in engine.
That still looked beautiful. That's probably the best looking game I've seen so far between both consoles.
What's weird is that the in-engine demo was at 30, wasn't it? It wasn't like 60 as far as I remember.
No, they've already
Uh,
confirmed 4K 60 for Motorsport.
Yeah, but the
yeah.
like the engine trailer was like I don't think it was at 60 frames all the
It
way.
was 60 on the 4K 60 upload afterwards.
I don't know.
It was a 10. It was in 60 on my stream. I was watching it in 60.
It was 60.
Yeah, on YouTube it was. I
Mm.
mean, the stream was at 60. I don't know if the game was running at it, but
Yeah.
I don't know how you can know that.
I mean,
It
I don't
looked
know.
like when I watched the video, it looked like 60 to me. It looked like Forza.
Yeah, I don't know
The
how you
stream,
would be able to
Infinity
tell.
Line says stream was 1080 60. Yeah, it was. But so direct right afterwards, after the stream, they uploaded a 4K 60 video.
Yeah, I watched the Halo trailer that way, and
Yeah.
it looked amazing. It looked way better. But there was, I mean, only problem I had with the Halo was there was a little bit of pop in.
There was, but that
But
build we now know is from April, and so it's an old build.
I mean,
Yeah. Someone just commented that like on the Tick podcast. He was I was talking to him on Twitter. He was saying he was showing me a screenshot of like one of the guns has more detail and the I think they said that they picked a more stable build. I think that's what he said. So I mean, I guess that could be the truth. I don't know. I'd have to see more of it, but yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
and I know that we're here for the memes and the jokes, and this is the world we live in, and social media and everything. But seeing people blow up a face of a random brute, I mean,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
like, is that? I don't even know how what you got to drop it down to 480p on your stream and pause it.
Probably.
It's the only way you can get that picture.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like you're always gonna have that. Halo looked great though. I love the art
It
style.
did.
They definitely were referencing more Halo 1. I mean, we're back on, like, come on, let's be honest. Like Halo 1 was kind of the last time like the main game took place like completely on a Halo. You know what I mean? Like it
Mm-hmm.
2 and
Yeah,
3
yeah.
weren't on Halos. Like Reach
And to
wasn't on a
have
it was on a planet. Like
right.
so it's
And
cool to get back into the environment.
yeah, and to have also and to have sprint still and ADS still. I mean,
Yeah.
I was so happy to see those things there and to keep it still a modern
But
game. But
dash is
then,
gone. Like the bouncing dash, they did not show that at all, which I'm
yeah,
fine
that's
with
not there.
because
But they
they
swapped it
switched
for
to a yeah,
The grappling
the
hook, yeah.
grappling. Yeah,
the
Yeah.
grappling, which is cool. I'm good with that.
yeah, and then you still got the bubble, like not maybe not a bubble shield, but they got like the
There,
bubble
I'm being told by
wall.
Infinity Line there was a side dash, so maybe I'm wrong.
There
Maybe
is a
Dash is
side
still.
dash.
That's what he's saying.
I
So
didn't
maybe
I didn't
Dash is
see it.
still in it. Yeah. It was more like a side step, is what Infinity Line's saying. But yeah, I thought like Halo looks. I love the art. I love the look of Halo. Like it's. Can't wait to play more. I mean, you
Yeah, I
can
mean,
see
the
it on the
open
stream
world at
right now.
60 frames. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like and all the animals in the environment look really cool. And I noticed it's like pastel colors is what makes Halo Halo, artwork wise. Like it's such a pretty game. The lighting looks really good. We found out that what is it? Ray tracing is coming after the launch of the game. Uh, were you paying attention? I took you take it you took paid attention to the menu system when they popped that up to show
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
maps.
You can
So
see
there's
upgrade. It had like an upgrade
upgrades.
set. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a database, so it's definitely leaning towards kind of an open world.
yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, you got upgrades, database, set waypoint, zoom in and out, view missions. So there's going to be multiple missions at a time. Uh, Infinity Line says also notice if you get shot while ADS, it still pulls you out of ADS.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the ADS and the sprint and all that stuff. I mean, this is a silly argument that people are just like, it's less issue with the sprint and more with the game design based around it. I mean, so that was never an issue for me. It was just like the campaign wasn't that great, and um the story was weird and kind of dialogue wasn't that good. So it's nothing to do with sprint. Like sprint, even in a multiplayer, is amazing. Like Apex is like one of the best playing games, and I went back to playing Halo 5 multiplayer, and it was just as fun. It takes some adjustment, but it was still fun. And sprint didn't break out at all. I mean, it's just I don't know why they cling to that argument so long. It just make the
Well, you
campaign
get
good.
some crazy hardcores, you know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I have
Yeah.
friends, and it has honestly ruined a friendship talking about Sprint and Halo.
Jesus.
Uh, and it not because it's like, oh, I understand that you don't like Sprint, but it's like, dude, I'm fucking tired of hearing you talk about fucking Sprint and Halo and how it ruined it. Like, I don't fucking care no more. You need to, get used to the idea that games evolve, you know.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's and sprint and Halo's a thing. Like you're going to sprint because guess what? Nobody wants to fucking slowly walk like a very slow tank. And
Hmm.
like the explanation
Yeah.
of like, oh, but you're just always running. It's like no, that's not a good enough answer. Like Doom doesn't have sprint because it's so fast. Halo, when you're just walking around, is not fast.
Yeah, but I'll say this: I've been on Twitter arguing with people for I don't know 4 or 5 hours in a day talking about these things you're saying, and what they say is, well, drop the sprint and speed up the walk speed and get rid of
Well,
ADS. And
yeah, they just want to play original Halo, but
yeah,
with the fast forward button playing at the same time. With the
yeah, I know it's
it's
not
like
possible.
Yeah.
that's dumb. Like allow like I thought 5 did sprint perfectly fine. Like there was nothing wrong with 5 sprint because when you were running around you honestly you couldn't recharge shields, so there was a fucking
Yeah,
big problem if you were doing it nonstop.
yeah,
And I thought they cleverly figured it out. Like but it does look like in this that sprint is a little bit slower. I'd say it's like maybe 80% of the same speed as 5 sprint. So they slowed it down a little bit, but it's still sprinting, and it gets you up hills faster, or it you're not going to be able to dodge and run around a level instantly in it. Like, but at the same time, you don't feel like this slow Goliath of a character, which you shouldn't. Not as a Spartan, not according to all the lore and how awesome you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I just have trouble
yeah.
reconciling why that messes with the campaign that much, considering A lot of people just go straight to talking about the multiplayer most of the time when it talks to Sprint, and like I don't know, the campaign just it was never an issue. It's just not an issue. It's just yeah, like you guys said, it was just like a traditional, very like they're very stubborn with like the way he's supposed to move when it's really not that important. When you have to build like, just good level design altogether. Um, that's really all it is.
I agree. I agree, and they had to spend a lot of time on this game as far as level design when you think about it because it's open world. So, and it's one of those games probably it's going to be where, for the most part, you can go anywhere you want,
Yeah.
and do what you want for a while. So,
Yeah.
I'll say the only thing I did see in it that I'm kind of concerned until I play it is I seen a little bloom in the pistol, and I'm not sure how bad it is.
What is the bloom again? Like, is that the?
It's okay. So when you shoot a single shot weapon,
Hmm.
the recoil on it and it increases the little reticle to a bigger circle.
Hmm.
Like the speed of it shrinking down. Like I want to know, like because if you play, there's bloom in every game, right? Except for when that actually shows it, like the reticle like moving. It's I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird, man. You'd have to play Reach before they fixed it,
Hmm.
and then play it afterwards to know the difference. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I just never really kind of paid attention to that thing. I mean, I could understand like magnetivity and like
What's up, Eric?
aim assist. What's up, Eric? But
Hello. Hi. I
oh,
was
there
listening.
Hello, Eric.
I was listening. I had a lot to say. I was just listening. I was
it is.
listening.
Yeah, I mean, are we still going down opinions of the show, or like, I
I
mean, you
mean,
can go.
I have the trailer of Halo. Well, I have the whole conference playing in the back, so we're at the
Mhm.
very end of the Halo part.
All right. I mean, I guess if Eric wants to go, I'll go after him with the. I mean, just the general opinions, and I guess go back to Halo. I guess. Sir
Well,
Eric.
I mean, what'd you feel about Halo, Eric?
Okay. Okay. This is
Keep it
what I
under
felt.
3 minutes.
Under 3 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Clock's ticking. I felt initially what I thought was I was impressed that we're gonna do an open world Halo. That was my first, well, semi open world Halo. Um, I see we're back to more grounded control. I noticed that immediately. I was like, wait a minute. Looks like this doesn't look like Halo 5. When I'm looking at the objects in the UI, I'm like, yeah, they changed this back to like almost Halo 3-ish, if that makes any sense. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Um, I was really like, I watched graphics were nowhere close to what like thinking from Slip Space Engine they keep talking about. I don't know what happened between last year and this year, but the slip space engine is not up to where they were talking about.
I
I mean, I remember the whole blog post about it. They definitely are not up to that. The 4K 60 trailer or 4K 60 footage of Halo Infinite is very smooth and clean. It looks good. It looks very good actually. But I don't know what the hell happened compared to now and last year. I
Well, I mean,
think
it's a
they got a
game in
lot to.
development. It's not.
No, no,
It's
I
not.
think they got a lot. No, no, not just that though. They got some things to
And it's
explain
a
because.
build from April. Like we already know these
Oh,
things.
that's all fine. But if you go and look at some of like the lighting thing,
Dude,
that
if
can't
you're gonna
be.
just picking up like the fucking pictures where we already discussed
No,
people zooming
not the
into like a
pic. No,
brute's
I
face,
didn't.
I'm just gonna
Excuse me.
kick
I'm
you out
not.
of the
I'm.
fucking
I'm
party on
trying.
this one.
I'm trying to talk about the video I watched. That's what I'm talking about. The video. I
No,
already said it
we've already
was.
seen the Twitter shit. Like I'm not gonna sit here and concern
No,
troll
I'm
like
talking
people
about
with
the
fucking.
video of the game. I'm not talking about
Yes,
the
and we
picture.
already seen people cut the fucking video apart and take and zoom into a brute face and say, "Hey, why are they using
Oh,
Halo
I'm not
3
even talking.
assets?"
Oh,
Like,
no,
dude,
no, I'm
like
not.
just
No, I
move
didn't
on from
say it
that.
was Halo. I didn't say anything about Halo 3. I'm just saying I'm still shocked that the way the
That
game looks. Like
this is a
it's.
game in development and not all the fucking assets are there and it's a build from April. Like, is that
I
Uh,
guess I was expecting something different. That's what I'll say.
we
But in
got
terms
to.
of the story, I'll go to the story. I'll leave the visuals alone.
Let me
I'll
just
leave
say
the
this real
visuals. The
quick before you
story.
jump to that. Just to remember that it's still going to be on Xbox One. The original
The
2013 console.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's something that's there. So
Oh,
everybody forgets this is a cross-gen game. This is
this
not
is
a
a
next-gen game.
cross-gen game. I
Yeah, it's
forgot.
not a
Yeah.
next-gen game. It's not a
Um,
next-gen game.
what got me? I'll tell about the gameplay. Gameplay solid. There's no denial there. Anybody who watched, that's why if you notice that, like Dustin, I see Dustin. He thought I was talking about the pictures. I wasn't talking about that, Dustin. I'm not here to hate on Halo, one of my greatest franchises. But the gameplay, I know there's a lot of people don't want to talk about that because you start talking, there's not
Gameplay
much
looked awesome.
you can't really
Dude, there were
say nothing.
plenty of people complaining about the gameplay because
Yeah,
Really?
there was.
People
Yeah.
were complaining about the gameplay, really? Wow. Well, to me, the grappling hook thing is pretty much one of the best things I saw in the trailer. There's not even a debate after that I saw that. I was like, oh snap! Like, cause I thought you really gonna be moving through the levels like crazy with that. And then when I saw him pick up the what did he have? He picked up the explosive barrel and then threw it back like he
Yeah.
was a football player. I was like, what? I enjoyed that. I enjoyed
I did want it to do more damage though. You know what I mean? When he threw that, I was hoping it blew that whole thing to hell.
yeah. I do. I like when one of the brutes, right? He was getting ready. The brute that was like he was furious, and he started running at the chief. I noticed they still have the It was like a stunning effect, but where he was shooting was interesting. He started shooting him in the legs. I don't know if anybody noticed that, and he just
Yeah, and
started
then he fell
stumbling over.
down. He fell because
Nobody paid attention to it. I was
yeah,
like,
I seen
oh
that.
my god,
That
yes,
was
here we
dope.
go. I was
Yeah, I
like,
noticed
that's
that too.
fire. That was fire. The There are changes to the Phantom. I was like, oh wow, the Phantom looks way different. Um, the map system got me. See, I paused things. The minute the map came up, I already knew. I was like, "Is this Breath of Halo?" my first thought. I was like, "Are we gonna have like a Zelda-ish type of, you know what I mean, like environment to move around?" Because like there's gonna be upgrades. It looks like you're gonna be like you could tell like they didn't want to like move it further, but it looks like you may even go into caves. Who knows where you're going? So that got me already hyped. That got me extremely hyped. I'm very confused about what's the thing that confused me? 'Cause I'm trying to remember everything I saw. His pistol that he's using is different, right? The weapons he's using are different. The pistol,
That pistol is there's a version of it in Halo 5. It's a pickup.
it's a
It's
pickup.
a Yeah, it has like you know how when you use your regular pistol, right?
Yes.
And you use ADS and it just aims, right? This
Yeah.
pistol, it's like when you use the battle rifle in Halo 2. You know, whole screen turns into the you know what I'm talking about?
The gun. I know what gun you're talking about, but you're saying that gun that we saw is in Halo 5. I didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah, well, it looks just like it. I mean, it's probably not exactly like it, but it does the exact same thing.
All right. I
Like it
kind of
looks
want
similar, and
to
then
move on.
the
Get into Will.
go ahead, Will.
So wait, it's about the Halo or the conference?
Well, I'm trying to finish up Halo so we just like
Alright,
pass forward.
alright.
I was
Oh, come on,
trying to
that's the biggest
do it
thing in
while
the
the
show,
Will's
man.
there.
okay, I'll say one more thing. That's it, because I was.
That's why I said I
Damn,
was trying to keep
Dustin-
it at 3 minutes so that we could move
Yeah,
on.
I'm
with stuff.
sorry. You're right. You're right. I'll say one thing at the end when Escom, is that his name? Eskarum? I think that's his name. The main villain was talking and he gave his speech. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. He reminded me. I was like, damn, they ain't playing with that part. And I got him on my PC right now. They got 3K screenshots. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes down. I'm really looking for that whole scene was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Quick
good.
I'll
question.
admit the cutscenes in the 4K 60 trailer, holy
Uh,
crap, they look like, cause I got the pics now. They look fantastic. You never seen a chief like that. Holy, like it's just crazy. He
yeah.
looks fantastic. He looks,
I got a question. Anybody play Halo Wars 2?
No, I still haven't. I
yeah.
played
Halo
100%.
Wars. I think I played Halo Wars 2 on the PC. Yes.
So I'm just curious because that guy's the main villain. So I'm assuming Atriox is not in this game because he died in Halo Wars 2,
He
or what?
didn't he wait, but he did mention Atriox though. He
He
has,
said his will. He said
yeah,
Atriox's will. So I'm
yeah.
No, it
So he
assuming,
sounds like
may be
Aatrox
a.
is dead.
He's
yeah. That's why.
dead. He's dead.
Okay.
So he's
I just
probably
wanted to know that.
following in his footsteps. So that's good. You know. He also mentioned something else somebody caught. That people were feeling. Somebody said, I think it was IGN. They said that he mentioned something about Cortana. They feel he mentioned about the what did he mention? He mentioned something. People said he must be talking about Cortana. I forgot what it was. Very quick. Something he said, and because Cortana, they said in the game is nowhere in sight. I thought that was amazing. Like she's when you go and after the effects of Halo 5, she's nowhere, and the main villain is the Banish, which is crazy though if you think about it. If you played Halo 5, so we just got to figure out how this story is going to come together. And does the chief have amnesia? That's all I'm saying. I know it's been 3 minutes, but does he have amnesia? He don't remember everything. I'm confused about that.
But I don't think he has amnesia. I mean,
No, you know what I mean? Like they said that the chief is learning things and the pilot's learning things too. And they said it's after the effects of Halo 5. I just didn't understand that part. Like they said they're learning things together.
yes,
So
like how to get off of or off the ring.
plus how did he even get there after how you look, I can't even. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on to another part of the thing. It's a lot. It's stuff we don't know. It's just gotta wait to play the game.
Well, I mean, Will hasn't talked about it.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That's cool. I mean, I don't know. It was like I liked the gameplay. It was actually quite good. I really enjoyed the kind of the simplicity of like this Halo gameplay as always. Never had an issue with that. Graphics were a little underwhelming, considering like what I expected, but maybe I had like super high expectations. But I mean, I definitely do think the texture work could use a little work, and like the effects and the particle explode stuff like that. Like I feel like they can hopefully make it a little better over time. But yeah, grappling hook was really cool. I mean, it was a nice little addition. It was nice to see the pilot again, although like some of the dialogue was a little iffy. It was like he seemed a little annoying, but maybe it's because we didn't see like what happened between the first
It
trailer
sounds
and
like Chief slammed his fucking ship into a Halo.
yeah, either that or they boarded another Covenant ship prior to them crashing there, and then like some other shit happened in between there.
Yeah, it definitely takes place.
Mhm.
Probably a mission after the first reveal trailer.
Yeah, because I know they are trying to do a lot of Halo One, like homages, I guess, or like kind of similar stuff. So maybe he'll board a ship similar to like when you're in the Pillar of Autumn, whatever, and then he'll crash that land with the pilot later, and it would be very similar but like different, Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I was just a little underwhelmed with the graphics, but I mean, hopefully they have time to polish it up and we get a better showing later on. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're definitely crunching to get this game out because they're apparently getting assistance from like other studios. So hopefully it bodes well. I mean, and hopefully the graphical update with the ray tracing is good. I mean, and it's not too far out after launch. So because that's kind of like I wish they wouldn't say that stuff for like like post DLC or whatever, but because it is a little weird. Um, but I mean, I wish they would just delay it instead. But I mean, if they had to bring it out, I guess with the console, then that's, you can do what you gotta do, I guess. But it would just be a little shame to save that for later. But because you want the game to look best as it can when you first try it, So
You want them to delay Halo?
I mean, if they need the time, like I mean, I know having it at launch is mega great. I mean, it's mega like
That's pretty much the best exclusive on any system this holiday.
yeah,
That's just facts.
it's almost like a must. But like I don't really mind if it's like delayed at least a couple months, like a month or two. I don't know, whatever.
We'll find out, Will, by September, because they're gonna have to do
Yeah.
an
I,
update to tell us something.
I understand like people are kind of disappointed in the graphics, but at the same time we gotta remember this is a cross-gen game that's running at 60 frames per second in an open world. I mean that's something. That's a thing that they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
I am
not gonna
impressed
look
by
like
that. I'm
yeah,
impressed.
it's not gonna look like Last of Us. It's not gonna look like
Well, you
fucking
know
God of
what?
War.
One thing I
I
thought
mean,
about, right? There's one thing I thought about. I guess I thought about that too when I was watching. I thought that the game. That's what got me. I know what really got me was weird. It's just I keep like when I watch the cutscenes and then the gameplay. I don't know. It's just so weird. know. It's just so weird. It's playing with me.
You mean
Like I'm hearing Karam talk. You know, is that his
Yeah.
name? I can't say his name. You know, and it looks so different. I don't know. It's just playing with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it like what it's trying to do is very ambitious. It's an open world, 60 frames a second game, so very few open world games are 60 on console. If I don't really remember which, if they're at all, are there any?
No, no.
So I'll give it that. You know, it takes a hit in graphics, but it does achieve like a very
Does
smooth.
Horizon count? I think was that 60
Horizon
It's
frames?
not
Zero Dawn?
4K.
No, not Horizon.
Horizon?
Forza.
Motorsport.
No, it's
Yeah.
It's only
30,
1080
it's a 30
60.
frames.
1080 60. Got it. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, they did have a 60 frames mode eventually,
Yeah.
right?
They had a 6. They did, right? I knew. I was trying to remember. They did have one.
Yeah, when the X
Yeah.
came out.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, just mean as like a, I don't know, like a non-racing, you know, I guess like a, well, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's ambitious. So I mean, we'll see. I'll give it some time, but I am looking forward to it. So we'll
Also,
see.
I think people need to lower expectations because there's a big difference between art and graphics, and the art is gonna look like fucking Halo 1. So get used to it because that shit's not
Mhm.
gonna change. Like,
But
it's
you know what's all?
it
No,
does.
that's what you gotta admit. One thing,
No, I
right?
don't have to admit anything because
No, you don't know what
art
I'm about to
and
say.
graphics aren't the same fucking thing. Like,
You're right.
one,
It's not. You're not. It's not the same thing. But I'm just saying, you gotta admit one thing. Like when you see
I
them and
thought
them.
Infinite looked amazing. Like, I thought the lighting was really good, even though it's not fucking ray tracing yet. But they're adding ray tracing, and it fucking yeah, it's pastels. There's more solid colors. It's not gonna be this ultra realistic looking thing because that's not what people want. People bitched about Halo 5 because of the graphics. Halo 5 looks amazing,
Yeah, and then they
but
changed.
it's
Remember what
ultra
happened?
realistic,
You remember what
and
they
people
did?
don't like the apparently don't like the look of it. So you can't,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
you can't have
I
your
remember that.
cake and eat it too. Like, you got to fucking have it one way or the other. Like, that's not, like, there's a big difference between art style and graphics. Like, I think they're really pulling off some beautiful graphics here. Like, the lighting looks great, all the particle effects, the fire, everything, explosions, everything 60 frames per second, 4K. Graphically, it's amazing. But if you don't like the art style, no matter how much they push, particle effects and everything else, like, you're just not gonna like it. It's just depends on if you like the look of the art. Like,
That's
the
true.
character models, like the character models could look way better, but Halo doesn't have character models that look ultra realistic because that's not their character models.
But can I ask
Yes,
you a
sir.
question,
Good
Dustin?
point.
Can I ask you a question? Did you see? We both saw the cutscenes in 4K 60, right? Like you see how the chief looked.
Have it straight going right now. Like, the chief
You
looks.
see
I'm
how
sorry,
he
the
looked.
chief
You
doesn't.
said, but what you said was like, well, you're looking for. But look how he looked. He looked ridiculous. And look, and the pilot and him. And then when you get to the
No, they
villain,
still
I'm
don't
like,
like the. Yeah, I can point out other games that have like characters that look better.
I
They
would
look
hope.
really
Well, I
good,
would hope there's certain characters. Yeah, they do look. There
but
are
they're
games
they're
that have.
definitely, it's an art style. It's not a fucking like a graphical thing. I mean, they could have pushed up the poly count on the character models, but that's not their art style. Like, it's more of a, I don't want to call it cartoony, but it's more of a, like, it's just a different art style.
Yeah, we'll
Because
say the
people
pilot
don't want
looks.
ultra realistic. They've made that very clear. Like,
Wait, Dan, we're on Halo. I forgot. There's more games to go over, right? Did you guys just
Yeah.
start? Let's
Yeah,
go.
well-
We got stuff. No, I got things to talk about. Come on, we gotta go.
I hate to say we're only going to go for like another 30 minutes, so we're going to have to
Oh my
speed
God!
through
Come
these.
on. Sorry, my bad. Come
Dude,
on.
I have to
Halo
be
was a
I
lot
have to be up at
digest,
5
though.
in the morning, so like
Yeah.
we started late, so we've already
Yeah.
been going, like, I've been streaming
Sorry,
for an
my
hour.
bad. My bad.
All right.
It's a lot to digest.
All right. So the next thing they showed off was State of Decay 3. That looked really cool, like, because apparently the virus has mutated and is now infecting animals. Yeah, there was this cool scene where this chick screams at a wolf. And then the wolf backs off, thinking she's infected, I guess. That's, I guess, the idea. And then you see the wolf dead a couple minutes later with being eaten by a deer.
Yeah, it's quite the reversal.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, that's all we really got out of that trailer. But it looked cool. I
Yeah.
don't see anything saying that wouldn't be what the character models look like. They look good. They look like a game character model. So it wasn't. I don't think it was a CG trailer by any
That
real
means
means.
they moved on to Unreal Engine 5. That's what
Yeah.
happened. They moved on. That's fire.
Yeah, it was a cool trailer. No one really. I don't think anybody expected this to be show up at the show. I mean,
Hell no. You
No,
should have
hell
seen
no.
me, Will. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah,
I
people.
thought
This
their
is
next
State of
game was
Decay?
was going to be a MMO.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we don't
thought
know
that
what it is
too.
yet. It could
could
be
still be,
State
yeah.
of Decay 3 could be an MMO because that's
Oh,
what
wow,
they've
that would
said
be
they've always
shocker.
wanted to do. Would be
Wow.
Oh no,
a
to me this
zombie
looks more like
apocalypse.
a story-based game, more story. It seemed to me.
I mean,
But then again, how would we know? Because you remember World War Z? When they
Mhm.
first showed that, people thought it was just a single player game. It turned out to be an online co-op game. So
it'll
who
be
knows?
it'll be interesting because like I know Undead Labs. I've heard the complaint that that people want more story out of the State of Decay game. So maybe they'll find a way to put both in the game. You know, like kind of give it a story plus a co-op that gives you more ability to take more players into the world. So maybe
Oh,
like a Destiny or something.
that would be. Listen, that would be cool. I ain't gonna lie. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's it's a good surprise. It was really. I actually genuinely thought this was a cool trailer. I mean, when it'll come out, who knows, man. That's another thing.
Damn it! I hope by 2022 at least.
Yeah, it's still in pre-production, so this is a while. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
Come
while.
on,
it
Phil.
just started.
Use that whip. Get
I
them
mean, you
going.
figure they've been done with State of Decay 2 for a while, but they've been working on a ton of DLC for that game. So
Yeah.
you figure their main team has been working on it. So I figure they're probably a year into development. So 2022 is probably the best bet for it. Because you figure 3 years maybe,
Mhm.
3, 4. Especially if it's
Yeah.
going to be the biggest State of, I imagine they're pushing to make the biggest version of State of Decay at this point, like
I mean, with how many games are so far out, I kind of worry about like how the slate's gonna look over the next couple of years. I don't know. Like, it might need a
well,
lot
I
of
think
third
they're
party.
both. Well, I think everybody's in that situation though. Like,
Yeah.
Mike,
but
but you're
third
saying how
parties
the game?
is
I don't
third
understand.
parties
You're
going to
saying
be what holds everything together right now. Because if you look at like PS5, if we're going just by exclusives, like what do you have to play? You got Miles Morales on PS5, you have Halo Infinite on Xbox, and that's pretty much it. Like everything
Yeah.
else is 2021, 2022, and it's
Or
like, don't get me
it's
wrong, we're lucky because we got Cyberpunk, we got so many other games, thankfully coming out this year
yeah,
that
but you know one thing I noticed. I gotta say, one thing that blew me away was that Halo Infinite is releasing and launching Xbox. I mean, in the same
yeah,
year. It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah, and it's they've already made it clear that there's not going to be an Infinite 2, or this is going to be more of a platform
Yeah.
where they can launch expansions on. So
yeah.
Like I gotta give it to Microsoft on that. Like Sony really like when Sony was going on about PlayStation, like their conference was nice, but wow, it like when you see the launch lineup, some
no,
even the
it's like I said,
expansion,
the only
crazy.
thing Sony has coming up for PS5 right now, of course they have other shows to show something, but just like Microsoft does. But like you have Spider-Man Miles Morales, which essentially is DLC, and that's the PS5
Which
launch
is
title.
crazy. That's
And then
crazy.
you
That's
have
freaking
Halo Infinite,
ridiculous. That,
which
yeah,
you
like
know, like
that's a completely different like that's ridiculous. You wouldn't even like we were talking about this last year, right? We both
because
thought
Ratchet and Clank isn't this year. Like none of the, like pretty much
wait. Oh yeah. Ratchet
yeah,
and
none of
Clank is
that
coming.
is
That's
like
next
it's
year.
all
Oh,
that
they
stuff
didn't.
is
You know, they left out Gears Tactics and Battletoad. That's kind of surprising.
yeah. And they announced 4K
Gears
60 for Gears
Tactics.
Tactics. Well, they showed it in a trailer during the show. It was like
Oh,
30, like 5 seconds or 10
Like a
seconds.
sizzle
okay.
real thing.
Yeah,
Maybe more.
Yeah,
but
I gotta. Yeah,
then they
that's kind
showed
of.
I'm not trying to speed this along. I'm sorry, guys. We had Forza Motorsport, and it's just
Yeah,
called Forza Motorsport.
that was a surprise.
Yeah.
That was I was getting to that was crazy. I was like, wait a minute. Now they're really revamping the series, so they're really changing things around. That's
Yeah.
what I got.
I like that they did that. Like, number thing is, I mean, it worked for a while, but like I think they want like a fresh start with the series. So
And they may be doing the same thing
that's
that
Halo. Right?
Halo's doing, right?
Yeah. I think we talked about that before, right, Eric? Like,
Wow.
it might be a platform or whatever.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
I think
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of platform games instead
Yeah.
of revisions because of Game Pass. You don't need to release multiple games. You just need to have, hey, Forza's being updated. It's not being fucking replaced every other year because you're not worried about selling copies of new games. You're just worried about subscriptions.
And
So
boy, does that look good. If anybody watched the 4K 60 conference so they could see how these games look, listen,
No, I just
they
saw the
ain't
clips.
listen. Turn 10 whenever this come out next year or whatever, probably next year. They're not. They ain't even. I can tell they ain't even worried. Like they definitely. I like how they mentioned the tech will go on to Horizon as well, which is awesome. Forza tech. So just as good as it looks now, it's gonna look like that in Horizon, and that's gonna be crazy.
all right, me and we'll need to have a minute real quick because I don't know if y'all see. I put it in Discord so y'all can see where we're at
Oh,
in the
let me
video.
check it.
Everwild. All right,
Oh,
me and Will were talking about this. This is a beautiful game.
oh.
I still don't know what the fuck this game's about.
But listen,
No
it's
fucking
about
clue.
looking at how beautiful it is.
Me and Will were just sitting there like, but what do you do? Like, do you
That's
just sway? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get Sea of Thieves was kind of shown the same way, but at least you knew. Oh, I'm gonna sail around and be a pirate. I get that. Am I just gonna be a druid? Like, I'm just gonna go around being an awesome druid? Like, I'm gonna heal animals. I guess.
I'm guessing that's what it is. You like maybe like you rescue animals, heal them, you raise them. I don't know. It's so hard to say. It's
It's a
such a
beautiful
bad.
game, though. I love the art. I just,
Yeah, the art looks awesome.
I kind of, I want to know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it was just like a kind of a bad representation of the game. If you want to know, if you want people to know what's about, like at least have they talked about it since they released this stuff or no?
Just this chick that said it was like an open world thing. I don't know. It's
What
four
did you
player.
see the interview of
Apparently.
what they said about the gameplay? The Rare Studio.
I don't really remember it. I just kind of remember her talking. Just it wasn't really paying too much mind to it.
Like he said that they have gameplay ideas that they're playing with. They don't want to reveal yet.
So it's so early then. It's another early game.
Well, that or he said we learned a lot from Sea of Thieves. Remember Sea of Thieves? That was one issue with Sea of Thieves that they had to look. Remember they released the game early and people started complaining. Remember? And
Yeah,
then they don't want to show anything yet until they get everything, I guess, situated.
maybe they're kind of addressing the people that wanted like more single player content with their game. So I'm guessing they're maybe trying to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Josh says, I hope Everwild isn't a 4-player survival game. I don't think it's going to be a survival game.
No.
It's 4 players for sure because they keep showing
It's
4
definitely
people,
4
but
players.
it's not. I don't think it's survival.
Yeah, it's probably a little mix of Pokemon, maybe Animal Crossing. I don't know.
Nah, they
I
wouldn't
don't
do
even
us
see
like
that,
They
man.
wouldn't
But
do us
maybe.
like
I think action adventure, maybe.
It's an action adventure game.
I mean, they did increase the models look way different than when they first showed it. It looks more
Hell
detailed,
yeah.
and it actually looks a lot better. Actually, so
Yeah, it looks a lot. But hell, the damn physics, that's running on. That's the next gen. There's no denial there. I think there was certain games that we found out weren't cross gen. Like remember Phil Spencer was like before the conference, he was like there's gonna be games that are cross gen. He said we're gonna leave out the first parties. And now we found out there's a whole bunch of games that are not cross
yeah.
on
I
the
don't think Everwild is right. I think it's just
Everwild, I think, is one of the games that is not cross gen.
Yeah, it's
That is,
Series X only. Yeah.
and I think
There were I think there were 5 games that had
yes,
did not have the Xbox One logo on them.
correct.
Yeah. So like all the people going, oh, like Xbox One is gonna hold it. It's like no, it's just the fucking first year to 2 years, like they said, which is from November to November. they're gonna make sure that you at least have a reason to own your Xbox
They
One and
said,
don't
look,
feel
we're going to
pressured.
give you Halo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Give you
you're
Halo.
not being abandoned. Like you can play some
Not being-
Halo.
But if you want that State of Decay, that Hellblade, that Faithful, that Everwild, you're gonna have to get that on the Series X, basically.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But then, if you do buy Cyberpunk or another game, guess what? You're supported. So, like, yeah, that's building up
What
your
was
next
the
gen library early.
Yeah, what was the other game I wanted to talk about? Listen, I ain't gonna lie. For the people there was some people who were very underwhelmed by the conference. I'm gonna tell you this: if Microsoft would have showed 3 games that with like a gameplay shot of them, it would have been a done deal. One of them was Avowed. I knew they were working on an RPG, but I didn't know it was gonna be like. It looks like, I mean, from what they were saying after, it looks like it's about to be a damn Skyrim style RPG for the damn Xbox, built from the ground up and everything. I was like, oh crap, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how close to the your ears are to the ground with these news things. Like I know, like some people knew about like Obsidian's RPG that was like like a Skyrim style like pillars tie-in. So I remember
Yeah.
hearing about that way earlier. So I mean, I don't know. What was next year in your thing, Dustin? Was it that one or was it something else?
The next game,
Yeah.
well, there was the one with the boy and the girl. They were growing up or whatever.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah. And then we got a bit. Right now, we're in the video of them showing off Ori at 120 frames per second. The reason they
That's
were showing
crazy.
it this way was because all the animations are also running at 120 frames per second. So that game's going to be
Oh wow, that's
super
crazy.
smooth. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm.
That's amazing. That's impressive. Wow.
Well, I'm probably not gonna see the benefit because like I only have a 60 hertz.
If you have
TV.
you won't see it. You just won't. And they announced that they're going to do some more stuff with audio for the Series X of Ori.
Yeah.
And the Will of the Wisps. It's a great game. I mean,
yeah. I thought they were gonna announce a new game actually, like because I know they were working on an action RPG, but it's too early, I guess. But I just didn't expect them to show up again here for like an X enhancement.
Yeah, I was kind of let down by that. I mean, it looks dope, but I wasn't expecting the upgrade
Yeah.
at the show. That should have been pre-show. Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple things I would have swapped out for like putting Dragon Quest there instead of certain games.
Yeah.
But wasn't he showing the support for Japan? Remember, he said he got.
No, he did, but I just think that would have been better on the main event than the pre-show, like the Dragon Quest thing. I mean, it's still huge news no matter what, but
yeah, it's one of the big news to be honest with you. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's big as hell.
And it's well, something else we could talk about. Everything shown, except not on the pre-show, but everything shown on the show is on Game Pass day one.
Hell yes! I was just about to say it. I was waiting for
Yeah.
Dustin to say it first. I didn't want to.
Like that's
It's gonna be
fucking
crazy.
huge. I mean,
Everybody was acting like who were underwhelmed. I kept telling people that. I said, "You understand that everything you just saw
You
is
can
going to
play.
be on Game Pass day one. You ain't gonna pay. That's crazy."
Well, I
Like
think Crossfire was an exception. This campaign.
well, free to play games, right?
No, I mean
I
the
guess.
campaign. The campaign is. I don't think that's on Game Pass. They I don't
No,
think
it is. It is.
Yeah.
I don't. Did they say that the campaign was?
Yeah, because it's being developed by their whatever studio.
Yeah,
that
and
it
it's
was.
free to play. Will you gotta remember it? Crossfire is a free to play game.
We also
too.
got
No, the story is
Outer Worlds.
you got to pay for it.
Yeah, Outer Worlds.
The story mode is separate.
Oh, the story mode is okay. Got
They
it.
showed off the
Yeah.
Outer Worlds DLC, and then we got some grounded trailer, which had a funny little
Yeah. That actually looked
moment.
way better than what we've seen so far. So I was glad to see that.
Yeah, it comes out next week for everybody to play.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The grounded thing, I played the part of that. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. I guess I gotta play again. I don't know. I played that. I didn't know.
No, we'll play it all together. I'm down. It
It was
looks
a
fun.
weird. It's hard to understand. I don't understand what I was doing.
Does it come out early access next week, or is it?
Early access.
Or the full game? What didn't they do that already, or was that just the PC?
That was just like an alpha or something. But it's going to be
Yeah.
on Steam early access and both Xbox early access for everybody.
They haven't said when they're going to release it yet, though, right?
I don't think so.
No, they
But
didn't.
it's I mean, they had a cool Battletoads like figurine in the yard and like stuff like that. It was cool.
Oh, I forgot to mention Gareth Coker from Ori Moon Studios composer. He's going to help out with the Halo soundtrack, which is interesting. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
No, that's
Yep.
awesome.
He's the second composer, right? There's two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
Look, Avowed Dustin, right? That was a gameplay section of the trailer that they showed off towards, or maybe the whole damn trailer was gameplay. How? I mean, people were saying, well, it was CGI. Maybe that whole trailer was gameplay, even towards the end. And like I said, if they would have shown like a slice of that, nobody would be like a lot of people out here saying, well, this was underwhelming. That was. Listen, I think it's only because some people wanted to see more gameplay. That's the truth. I think the biggest gameplay was Halo, like in minutes,
I agree with
right?
that. Yeah.
So
no,
if
I
they,
mean, there's
is that true? I don't know.
No, I mean,
just
there's
saying.
nothing. Yeah, no game gets 11 minutes on stage nowadays, and it did.
like when the games that they showed was there, but I mean, damn it, if they, I guess
Now we're
another
into
even
Obsidian's new
Matt,
RPG in the video.
yeah.
People following. This looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the end looks pretty cool. Where you see the perspective and the magic summoning.
That's you, Will. You playing as Doctor Strange right there. You about to cast some damn spells.
Yeah.
I just want to play as the arrow. I want that game. You're just an arrow flying, looking for a target.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like it looks almost like the Mines of Moria, like with the.
Yeah, people were talking about that.
It looks like a Balrog's coming.
Yeah, it looked like he about to come through the damn cave entrance.
Yeah, it kind of makes me want to play the Pillars games though, because like I mean I have one. I might get the second one. It's on sale now, but I mean if it's a good little.
Oh, the story! I played it on Xbox Game Pass. I never finished it.
Did you like it?
In the beginning, the story is good. It's definitely good.
Yeah, it has that green little rock stone thing that I mean it was kind of a thing in the Pillars games. It was kind of I don't know what it was, but it's like a similar design element, like the green and like some sort of green like emerald thing. I don't know what's going on there. But did we go past Hellblade 2, or was that already?
No, we haven't. I'm just following along with the video right now.
Yeah, not much to talk about there though. That was really disappointing. Like no gameplay, just like an update on like how.
I mean, I highly doubted we were gonna get it. It would have been cool to see something, but yeah, there was just
but like,
honestly, it was just them showed us.
Just don't go, like it's just weird.
I'm pretty sure they had gameplay. I'm pretty sure they're further along than people think. I believe that. They ain't just out there trying to say they couldn't show off anything. Like you just gotta look at how that show.
Well, tonight. I think they said they were going to be. They're releasing a bunch of footage of how they. What was it? Iceland or something that they're using as the location, and how they were building the art for Hellblade.
Yeah, they did reveal that. It was take place in Iceland. Well, the other one was in where? Was it like the Netherlands or something? I mean,
I think so. Yeah, it was the Netherlands.
Yeah, something like that. But,
like you know what I understand. I don't know if you guys saw when I was watching the trailer. There was two games, right? Two studios that was a part of Game Studios. That's indie game. One was made.
Yeah, it was. One
I didn't even know that. Did anybody see that?
No, well, this is a global publishing deal. I think. I don't think. This is an internal Microsoft team. They just made a good deal with them.
They made a deal, or
same thing what they did with the Cross X or whatever game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not feeling this thought. I don't really like the. I don't know. It's like too.
Somebody was making a joke about tell us.
No,
why.
but like that's how a lot of that's how everybody was bitching about Microsoft not doing is like going out and getting not buying them and just having them build games. I mean, it's at the end of the day, I feel like they can't win for losing with some people because it's just it's either don't buy studios, just pay them to make the games they want.
But how don't you know? But didn't they do the same thing with Playground Games and they bought them? That's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
No, then they built the relationship. Yeah,
they just need
some
to
people
wait
you
and
buy, but like they didn't buy. Like Global Publishing is meant to go out there and build some cool games without having to buy an entire studio to do
No,
it.
they didn't buy Warner Brothers, so the show was trash.
Yeah, but they already
No,
made it clear
I was
like
hoping that they was
that
gonna
was
buy him,
never
but I ain't
gonna.
gonna hold you.
No,
that
I
would
mean
be
there's
funny
still a
as
good
hell.
possibility, honestly, at this point that they are still in talks to buying Warner Brothers Interactive. But this wasn't the show for that. Like they even came out yesterday to be like, "Yo, people, like this isn't a hardware show. This is just about games. This isn't about like fucking acquisitions. Please temper your expectations because y'all are building this shit up to be like the fucking end all be all of like 15 new studios are about to come out and fucking we're gonna show the fucking Series S or the Lockhart and like that shit. That's just people had kind of crazy expectations,
Yeah.
for this show.
I mean, no Rocksteady game though. That's crazy. No WB games again. Are they gonna do their own show? Like from what I remember, or
They were
Well,
gonna do
you
an
still
E3
have
press conference this year. This was
yeah.
gonna be their first year that they did it, and when E3 closed, they had to figure things out. So I think they said they're gonna do something either in August or September. Is that right, Dustin?
They did,
Jesus
but
Christ.
both Sony and Microsoft have events in August, so they might show up at one of those.
Wait,
No,
Microsoft and
they said they're
Sony
gonna do
are
their own show.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but even if they killed that, they could just show up at somebody else's show.
No,
Like,
they're still currently working on their own show.
are they? I didn't even know
Yeah,
they were still doing it. Okay,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
like there's plenty of shows for them to reveal themselves at. I mean,
Just reveal
so
yourself to my DMs. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
yeah. But seeing as they're trying to be bought out and sold, I don't like. We'll see.
They may have put a wrench in the thing. That was
Yeah.
when I seen that. That was before the whole we're gonna sell every studio thing. So
Yeah.
that might be a possibility.
Fucking hey, buy us, and then you can just have it and put it at your show.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, we're kind of in the Hellblade part of the trailer. Then they went to. Can't remember what came next. Xbox Game Studios. Yeah, this is the sizzle reel for a bunch of stuff.
Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
I want to say something. Jack Black, he still got it. He know how to sing.
I don't know. I heard a lot of different things, like from people. Like
You
I
didn't
love
like the way he
Tenacious
was singing?
D, and Jack Black's awesome. I'm a fan, but I totally understand people like not feeling it.
Wow.
I like the art style of the level they showed. It was like kind of like more like I don't know, like it's hard, like more cartoony than usual. I guess it was like interesting. Like it has like outline shading and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I just wasn't like I was like, man, I thought they were gonna show off a new game. I mean, I know they're gonna show Psychonauts, but I was expecting at least like another project. But again, I guess nothing to show for them new wise.
Well, they had to finish. You see, they're in a situation like Obsidian. See, Obsidian, Microsoft was nice. That's the best way because Psychonauts 2 is coming on the PS4.
Well, they also
Yeah.
they also only had one team at the time. They didn't
Exactly. I was
build
gonna
up
say
until
that.
Microsoft bought them, so they're
Yeah,
still rolling
they
out
got that
Psychonauts.
money,
Yeah.
and then Microsoft was able to build them up. So after Psychonauts 2, or maybe during whatever they're working on, then they'll show it to us. Not no time soon, but they'll show it to us.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool game. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just like it's not as exciting if it was like more of like an original Microsoft funded project, like that's more specific to like the ecosystem, whatever. So
yeah, I mean, it's too early of an acquisition to see stuff like that. Honestly, when they were such a small team to begin with.
Yeah, that's the problem with these. I mean, with Microsoft's facing is just a lot of their teams are just still too early into development, and that kind of.
Actually, that's a good thing because some of the teams that are early in development, there's also 5 other teams people didn't pay attention that weren't even at the show that you don't even people
There were
forgot
more.
that.
They only showed 5 studios essentially.
Yeah, like the studios are not at the show, and Matt Booty told you straight up with a smile on his face. He told you, he said, we got more to share later this year. He was clear to say that.
I was hoping they would show more than what they showed, but I mean, I understand the logistics of it. It just, I feel like they need more games.
You also got to show. Will, sorry to cut you off. You got to make sure you got to show enough to match up to your competition. because I thought about it. Like after I watched the show, I was getting to that with Halo, but Dustin thought I was going to another tangent. I was gonna say, like, if you look at what Microsoft showed compared to their competition, you can't keep going. Like after a while, you can't keep going. Like when you go back and look at Sony's show, like I'm being dead serious. If it wasn't for Horizon Zero Dawn, like dead serious, if it wasn't for Horizon Zero Dawn, my
Yeah,
God,
I feel like they
you know,
squared up. I feel they squared up somewhat evenly in terms of like amount of games, but
yeah,
but
like the amount of games,
the
it's not
footage,
even a joke.
yeah,
It's
but
not
the
even
footage,
an anymore. Like Mike, it used to be a joke with Microsoft. Remember, people were like, "Oh, Microsoft, what games they got?"
yeah, yeah. I just feel like the footage just wasn't as impressive. I mean, I know this is just me talking, but
What Will's really trying to say is Bug Snacks is what really drove him on the
Bugs
PS5 show.
that really pushed it over.
Oh, that really got you? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, like
See, I didn't.
there were huge lulls in the PS5 show. People, I think you need to go back and fucking rewatch that shit because it is not as good as you're remembering it.
Listen, I
Like
was
there's some
so for
highs. There's
Miles
definitely
and
highs on that
yeah,
show for
Miles is a
sure.
highs, but then we found out it was DLC. You understand
No,
that?
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
But
I'm
there
just
are definitely a lot of lows to that show, and it was like, nah.
yeah, I agree. I just quickly talking about first party like presentation. Like I feel like it was a notch above Microsoft's because like they had more stuff to be able to show, like some gameplay stuff, like some little bit more gameplay stuff. But otherwise, I mean, I think they matched up pretty decently. I mean, I don't like all the games here compared to the Sony ones, but like they did have, I think a comparable
Listen,
lineup.
you're right. You don't worry, Will. Like Matt Booty, he ain't even worried. You can tell that man ain't even worried. He know already. He already know how they're matched up. After I felt like after I watched the thing, I went to Xbox where I make sure I was like, yup. And I watched that Xbox Game Pass, no Xbox Game Studio Showcase. My first thought was Microsoft is ready for the next generation.
All
That
right,
was my
talking about real
first
quick.
thought.
Talking about because I got to push this along, dude. Talking about being ready for the next gen. Sorry to cut you off, Eric, but Destiny 2 is ready for fucking the Series X.
Which that's crazy.
Yeah, it looked great. It did.
That was ridiculous. How is we playing Destiny 2 again? I don't understand this. It don't go nowhere. It keeps
We ain't
coming
playing
back.
again. I never played that shit the first time. No.
Oh, that's
I'm not a big
shade.
Destiny fan, so but
okay.
coming on Game Pass, it has all the expansions, current expansions on Game
Yeah,
Pass.
that was impressive.
And it's
That was crazy.
yeah, they're releasing the next expansion. What is it called?
Beyond the Light.
Beyond the Light. It will be out, I guess, when this launches on Series
And
X.
I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I'm gonna have to play it. I mean, that's just how it rolls now.
Well, no, the new DLC is not confirmed for Game Pass. Just all the
snap.
previous DLC.
All the previous ones. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to hook us in. Okay, I get you. I see you. I see you, Bungie. I see you.
I'm just be clear because I thought the same thing and somebody corrected me. I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
no, they're right. You're right.
Okay.
All right. Anybody have any words about Destiny? Are you excited, Will, Steph, for Destiny 2?
I play it, but this is kind of an expected upgrade from they'd already talked about it, so
Yeah.
there's nothing new. It's just it's just nice to have. It's nice
Yeah.
to
I'm not trying to cut you off, Will. I was just agreeing with you.
no,
Go ahead.
of course. No, that's all I have to say.
There was some news like the I guess it's ice. I want to say, or maybe it's some sort of crystal. Like it's like a whole new power or a path for every class, and I really like the way they made it affect the environment like that. That was pretty cool. I mean, that was different. That it was some new stuff there, and we got to remember it's going to be 60 frames per second now. And it will be crossplay when it launches later this year. So that's going to be awesome.
All right. Next up, we had Stalker 2.
Oh, I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. I played the original Stalker on PC. I mean, how many years ago was this? Fucking felt like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
fucking
it looked great. It looked great. Had no idea this was coming. This is exclusive, right?
Console exclusive, timed exclusive. It looks like it.
I think it's launch timed exclusive, maybe, and it's of course Game Pass day one.
When the hell is it coming out? Because they gonna leave a trailer like that and don't tell us when it come out. Everybody, the PC community, everybody like, come on. Come on now.
Stalker 1 is not available anywhere, right?
Don't
You
think
can't
so.
get that on.
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore. I don't think.
What?
It's a,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I don't think you can.
You think they'll re-release it, like the first one, somehow?
Not sure.
You think they'll Witcher 2 it, Witcher 3 it, and they don't they'll just kind of make it accessible.
All right. Following this.
I'm sorry, I'm hacking my lungs up here, buddy.
No,
What happened?
No, I'm not sure why. I can't remember why they removed it, but had to probably do something with like music or something.
Wow.
You can't buy it anymore. I'm not 100% sure though.
That's horrible. Who the hell, man? Come on, you damn.
maybe hopefully they'll do like a remake or something, just so you can have the first one. But if they make it accessible, I guess that's all right. So you don't have to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Dustin.
We got Warhammer Dark Tide.
That trail was fire.
Yeah.
That was a fire trail. I was like, oh snap! It might not be that fire when it releases. But the trailer was...
The trailer looked cool. Like it makes like, man, I want to go download a Warhammer game. And then you do, and you remember why you never did it before. Not trying to throw shade.
Yeah, the only Warhammer game. Yeah, I mean, the only Warhammer game I liked was it looked like almost like a Gears game. What was it called? Damn, I gotta look that up.
I'm not even sure what you would say. Something like a Gears game. Not even sure.
It was like an action, but it wasn't the 40K one. It was like the more fantasy ones.
Oh, I know what one you talking about.
Actually, no, it was Space Marine. Yeah, Warhammer 40K Space Marine. Yeah, that was the one.
Oh.
That was a cool game, but I never. Besides that, I never really got into the Warhammer games. Maybe the Vermintide, that was actually pretty good too.
Yeah. But yeah, cool looking trailer. Definitely. I mean, like Eric said, like it's one of those things where you're just like, fuck, yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out.
I want to see what this is about, at least.
And then we got a game that's a bunch of it's called CIA the game. It was just a bunch of videos of people playing games with their Kinect cameras. They're releasing all the footage they got from years past.
That's fine.
What?
Your Kinect camera being in your house.
Oh, I know he's talking about.
That's not this game.
Yeah, Tetris Effect. That's
Tetris Effect
on PlayStation. Yeah, it's a really good game. I just
It's a good game.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be on Xbox. To be honest, I thought it was exclusive to PlayStation because they made a deal.
The multiplayer's exclusive for 6 months on Xbox.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
Why would that be exclusive for 6 months?
Because it is, for whatever reason. Like people kept saying, "Hey, Microsoft, you need to fucking start doing these money hat deals like Sony." And I guess they fucking said, "Fuck it, let's just do it." So yeah, Tetris Effect multiplayer is exclusive to Windows or Xbox platforms for 6 months. So Windows, Xbox One, and Series X. And yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I'm glad this coming. I mean, I've kind of been playing Luminous as my fix for these types of games. Luminous is an amazing game, but yeah, I was really glad that we're getting it again on console. It's very missed.
Oh, the next game, Dustin, that was one of my favorite indie games I saw, and it looks very nice. I have to go back and watch it. That game looks fire.
Which game?
The one right after.
Oh, you talked about the Gunk.
The Gunk.
Yeah, that looked cool too. I like that.
That looked good.
Yeah, it looked. The graphics were pretty. They did show gameplay. They were running around cleaning up a blob monster thing.
I'm just confused. Is it exclusive or is it
console launch exclusive?
Yeah.
Interesting, because Steam, the SteamWorld Dig developers haven't released the other SteamWorld game on the Xbox yet either.
No, they haven't.
And this is a big step up, ain't it, Will, from those games?
Oh yeah. That's why people shouldn't sleep on like developers compulsion. I'm also kind of reticent about the studio, consider the track record, but they can always make the next coolest cool game. So I wouldn't sleep on.
And the money might have been the issue why they couldn't do it. People forget that.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem with Compulsion's game is that we've seen that trailer for We Happy Few, and we wanted that to be the whole game. That's a story based around that. and it was a survival game. That was the bad part about that
Yeah,
game.
because they noticed their budget was not capable of getting to it. So then,
Yeah.
Microsoft picked them up. Now they're gonna make their
Yeah.
own game.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
it looks
mean,
honestly, it's a gorgeous game. Like the art's really nice. It's not like it's definitely cartoony. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool. It's great that they're filling out like all the different categories for Game Pass because
Yeah.
it's a game I probably wouldn't have bought right away. But when it releases, I'm definitely gonna play it. Like it's
Mhm.
there. Like
Yeah, they ain't playing around no more. Microsoft ain't the gloves is off with the Game Pass.
Blubber Team. What do you think?
Blubber team. Yeah,
Huh?
You talking about Medium?
The Medium. Yeah.
that is an
It looked
interesting
good. I
game.
liked it.
That is a very interesting game.
I thought it was a little dark looking though. I want to see, and that could have just been my stream. But
No, it was dark. That's the way the game is, I guess.
yeah, but I didn't think the dark looked very good. You know what I mean? The light in the dark looked very
I'd
film
recommend
grainy.
downloading. Well, you can get the YouTube 4K 60 stream.
Yeah, I want to see it at
Everything looks way
4K.
so better.
I hope it does look a lot better.
I will say the Microsoft Stream, the it was the smoothest, best looking stream we've got so far from both Sony and Microsoft. I'm happy that they popped the bitrate up and made it 60 frames per second, even though it's only 1080p.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it really shows even like the stream versus them uploading 4K, like the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just look. Yeah, I mean, it's next gen is going to be all about small details, and
Right.
like there's still people that think Gran Turismo looks ugly, and it's like, no, that shit looked great if you fucking just waited till after to see it. Like it looked a lot better.
Oh, people don't like the Gran Turismo's not the no. What they didn't like about it was when like
Oh
the
no, it
hardcore.
was people watching the fucking stream, and it was running at 30 frames per second at 1080 with a low bit rate.
It was running
Like,
at 30 frames per second.
Yeah, like Sony stream
Oh
was
my God,
awful.
wow.
Um,
That
but
was
then
dumb.
once you played it afterwards, it looked great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had to do some things, but still, like like it looked like what the game was going to look like, because
Wow.
compression artifacts fucking ruin these games.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
But
That's why I wish they didn't get rid of Mixer. That was so
yeah.
that's so
But the medium,
ridiculous.
yeah, like from what I can see, like I think it looks great. Like I don't think it's overly dark. It's just when your bit rate's all low, it's harsh on a game.
Yeah,
And then we
I like
got the follow up, Fantasy Star Online expansion. Looks like they've updated the UI. It's much prettier in this new section of the game. The
My first
characters,
thought
still look
was
the same characters,
techno scalebound. I was
but
like,
they
oh,
added grass. I mean, it makes a big difference. I don't know if y'all played Fantasy Star Online 2 yet, but it is definitely a 10-year-old game, and this definitely looks a lot better.
this looks way better. That was my first reaction when I saw it. I was like, wow.
But definitely, yeah, definitely worth looking up. Like I don't. The lighting looks better. I mean, the whole thing. I'm kind of shocked. It's the
The
same game.
cut scenes when the
Yeah.
dude was getting chased, that too.
But yeah, excuse me. We'll see. I'm
Okay,
curious to see how much they upgrade. Like if it's just this one section, or if they're going to go through kind of upgrade the past sections. Because if they do, that that would bring a lot of life to the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. What was after that? Oh, it was Crossfire X. They showed off their campaign by Remedy.
That looked really good.
Yeah, that looked good.
Did you see it in 4K?
I did not see it in 4K,
And you
but
gonna
it
say
still looked
that
pretty
again?
good.
I was like, oh snap, this look real good. That was I watched it in 4K. I can't believe they got Remedy doing their work. Props to
Yeah,
Remedy.
yeah.
They
I
crazy.
hate to see them make games that I don't think they really want to make. But I mean, I'm glad they're making the shit. Shit.
Yeah, it looked like a mix of like Battlefield and Crisis. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got some damn good lighting. You know, so I don't. What engine are they using?
I don't know.
I think it's Unreal. I can't remember.
This is Unreal. Okay, makes
I
sense.
think it is. I'm not 100% sure though. It might be
Because
their
there's a
own. It might be
lot
their
of
own
damn
engine.
good parts in this trailer. If you
It might
watch
be
it,
the engine they use for Quantum Break. Actually, maybe. I'm not sure.
really,
It may. It
what?
may be. I'm not 100%
Wow.
sure. What you do? A little Google. A little Google.
it almost looks too good from the engine because their engine is like a little dicey with textures and stuff. So I mean, unless it's like a super
If you
ideal,
played it on PC, it look fire. Quantum Break look good on PC.
it does.
Yeah.
I mean,
Quantum
also
Break
that's just
looks good
league
on
stuff.
Series
So.
X or One X. Like,
Yeah, it looked good on the X too. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think I went back and played it on the X though. I played it on PC
yeah.
when it first came out, just to see the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up to see what their engine they're using.
Yeah,
Does
I
look
think
all
Eric's doing it right now for us. Eric is doing it for us.
He's the hero right now. He's searching.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, you're not
Remember-
doing it? Oh shit! Damn it, Eric. I'm
looks like-
messing with you. Go ahead, Will.
No, it looks like it's sold separately, so it's not part of the
I
free.
wonder how much the price is gonna be. You think it's $30?
$30.
I don't know. That's interesting. It could be a short
For the
campaign.
single player, it's got to be
Yeah.
$40.
Could be 40.
What?
Yeah, it probably will be.
Here's upgrades available through smart delivery. The scissor reel is coming up in just a minute.
Yeah, because
And
I
that's where
wasn't
they
really.
showed.
Yeah.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
yeah, I just wasn't really expecting much from the campaign, but like I was pleasantly surprised by it. Like I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. Like you gotta listen. I was stunned. I didn't know it was gonna look like that. They have
Yeah.
some awesome car chases too. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's dope.
But yeah, Matt Booty came out, saw like, hey, look, there's a bunch of games like Sea of Thieves and Gears Tactics and like all these games. They're gonna be uprest or something. Yeah, so I just timed it. It was like 0.1 seconds they showed Gears Tactics.
Yep, there it is.
You could have blinked and missed it.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, myself. That's Forza, right? That's Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon is being updated, so that's gonna be 4K 60. Which yeah, that's awesome. I'll play some more Horizon. They could bump up the anti-aliasing or something.
Yeah, Gears I uninstalled because I'm like, you know what? I'll just play it again when it's like on a Series X. So because I only had one playthrough of it, but so I want to try it out again when it's like all souped up, and nice looking.
But then we finished the show with Fable.
Yeah.
Like it ended with.
That's how you end the show. Babe. That's how you do it.
Maybe. I had my issues with this, but I know Jason and I were debating this on Twitter. But
What you didn't like about it, Will?
it was nice. It set the tone, but I feel like they could have shown more of the world, and the characters. Like I mean,
But
I'm not.
I
expecting
told you, Will, that they did the same exact format that Sony. If you pay attention to how long the show was, go look at how long Sony's show was. They did the same exact format, and that comes with certain limitations.
Well,
They,
if
you know,
I guess the most comparable to this is maybe like Horizons or. I mean, I know. So they don't have to worry about that as much. But like, I just wanted to see more of the world. I don't know. It's like a cool like logo reveal and a little nice humor, but I just wanted to see more of it. I want to. I just. Oh, and it would be as bad if like Hellblade 2 didn't show like footage and like Forza just showed like.
listen. If they show footage of Hellblade, Fable, Avowed, it would. I mean, it would have been ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
it'd been much
everybody would have been floored. It would have
Yeah.
been like there wouldn't be a debate.
Right.
You know.
So this would have had more punch for me if the other stuff compounded were more expanded. But I mean, it's a cool, trailer. I'm glad they finally announced it. It's out there now. So
There was a funny tweet from them saying, "I'm glad we were able to keep this such a big secret." Because yeah.
That's funny.
Aaron Greenberg was even telling people, guys, don't believe everything you see. Remember when the Fable was they caught the publishing of Fable? And he's like,
Yeah.
don't believe everything you see.
I mean, honestly, I think to knock the show out of the park, they only needed one more game, and if honestly the Ninja Gaiden thing was true, I think it would have been like enough to push it over because it would have been surprising enough, and it's a cool franchise.
If the Fable
I'd like
thing
to
is
say the
right,
initiative there, a coalition with their other game. Like, I mean, those are
wait,
the things I would have wanted to see.
wait, Coalition has another game.
Yeah, Coalition
they
has
have
multiple
two.
teams
They
now.
have
Yeah.
They have 2 teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna really make another game that isn't Gears?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope so.
Definitely.
You
I hope they
believe
don't
that?
just.
Called the Coalition? That's messed up. That's kind
It
of
doesn't
Okay,
matter.
well,
They
I
can
hope
build another
343
game.
makes another game that
Yeah.
isn't Halo.
really.
343 also has another team now too.
No, I'm saying with you have to understand they're called 343 Industries, so they're not gonna abide
They could
by.
build it'd be fine if they build it in the universe. I don't mind like 343 if that's what they want to do. But if they want to build another game, I'm fine with that.
That's the reason you have to understand. Like that's one reason Sony didn't make their teams with that type of title, because they could make other games back to back. But with
Well,
343
I
and
don't
the
think
Coalition,
I don't
that's
think
weird
their
as hell.
studio name means they're beholden to a certain franchise. I mean, I'm not
That
gonna.
was the whole reason why it
Yeah,
was
that's
called.
stupid logic. That's dumb now. That's
So
2008.
no, I'm saying what's weird is watching someone call if somebody called 343 Industries when you know what that is, make like another game. It's gonna be to me it's weird because I'm like, damn, don't you? I thought this was gonna be a Halo game.
I like
Like
that.
we know the Coalition means the coalition of gears. Like what that you got a cog symbol as your logo.
I like the logo, Dustin, the optimized for Series X.
That's crazy.
Now we're
Oh
optimized.
yeah, I did that for Josh actually. I don't know if he's still here, but
Yeah, nice and big,
the podcast is optimized for Series X.
Nice. I mean, altogether, it was a decent show. I still like the Sony one a little bit better. But I do agree with Dustin. I think they could have used at least one more like surprise thing, like maybe a Banjo, a Phantom Dust, or like a Ninja Gaiden or something like that. I feel like they really needed that thing.
Yeah, I think they were one title short. Honestly, that's all. One big title, because I don't mind all the smaller games or anything like that, or even if like what is the Obsidian game? If
Avowed.
Avowed. Yeah, I'm gonna get the name. Because the game looks awesome. It's just new. I just want to call it Elder Scrolls, to be honest. But
that's funny as hell.
But yeah, if we got like another like 4 minutes of that, like actually showing like more like a dragon or something fight or something, that would have pushed it over the edge.
What about? I meant to ask you guys. Now that we know Fable's real, does that mean Perfect Dark could be real? That'd be crazy. And I'm starting to wonder. Because they were talking about like guys. I remember before it was like a month ago. What's it? Or 3 weeks ago? Guys, don't believe everything you see on the internet. He's listing Fable Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
I think that's now that we got Fable. It's making me think maybe that was true. Maybe Perfect Dark is being made by the Initiative. That's what's going on here, and they don't want to show it off. Not yet, at least.
Yeah. So like. The August event still hasn't been detailed yet, right? All we know is there's something going on in August. Maybe the hardware.
Yeah, I mean, they have to have multiple events. They've already said they were going to have multiple events essentially now. But yeah, they have to have one in August and I guess September. Like,
I wonder if it's like a part 2 of this or if it's just like.
Well, they said they only showed off 5 studios, so if they're just doing like showcases, like I imagine those studios you're gonna get another 5 at least.
We'll see. I mean, because I think they're trying to do that thing with Sony, like kind of like a little bit of a competition, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see.
All right.
So I know Sony has another show, but they didn't really say much.
Well, we are hitting an hour 24. I hate to say I gotta go to bed.
Old man.
But yeah, look, sir, I just can't. I have to have sleep.
Yeah,
I have to have sleep.
It's important.
But I appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. We all appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video show. Of course, we're going to be uploading it to YouTube. And yeah, I'm kind of enjoying the new background we have in the Optimized for Series X logo.
Nice. It's soothing.
Yeah, soothing. Gives you something to look at.
Yeah.
But until next week, y'all stay healthy and safe. We out of here.
Yeah, thanks for
Hey,
stopping by.
Peace.
Props to Josh and Suckatron and
Hmm?
Prophecy, anybody who shows up, and J Walt. Props to all you guys. Thanks for stopping by, and you guys there.